Today, we're going to be talking about why you should be throwing swim jigs in muddy water. These are all questions you want to ask yourself. How long has the water been muddy? When was the last rain? Was that rain cold or was that rain warm? Is the water chocolate milk? Where do you expect the fish to be? Do not be scared of shallow water. Please do not be scared of shallow water. That is where the swim jig can and will shine for you if you let it. Where do you expect the fish to be? Do you have a certain area where you know the fish are? Do you have a certain area where you are feeling like the fish are going to be? Find the area where you feel those fish are going to be, and then you have to find the spot on top of the spot. You have to start fishing cover in those areas if it's muddy. If it's muddy, you have to start finding cover in those areas. Play with the speeds of the retrieve. Always play with the speeds that you're reeling in your swim jig. Always play with the speeds of the retrieve. If the water just turned chocolate milk, most likely it's no good. All of the mud that the rain pushed in, if all of that has settled into the lake, then you can start throwing the swim jig. If the water is chocolate milk, it's hard to throw anything because the fish, they kind of get lockjaw. Water stained like chocolate milk, no go. If it's stained and it's been stained, now if it's chocolate milk and it's been like that for a month, start the fishing it. But if it just turned chocolate milk, go find cleaner water. Of course, you can go with two jig head options. You can go with the flipping style jig head. You can always flip or swim a regular archy style jig head. I can swim it, I can flip it, I can be swimming it, and then if I see a piece of cover that I need to slow down, I can go ahead and stop and really work that piece of cover. Your other options available are a chatterbait and a spinnerbait. Great other available options if the swim jig isn't working. Now, my favorite jig colors are all black, black and blue, or black, purple, and gold flake for muddy water. For the trailers, all black, all white, or black and blue. Trailers, okay. There's lots of trailers out there that you can throw on a swim jig, but there's one type of trailer that I like in muddy water. It has to have this action right here. It can't be a twist tail. It can't be a chunk. It has to have the action, the kicking action. It has to be kicking. Has to be kicking. This is muddy water. We want vibration. We want as much vibration, as much thump as we can put in the water. It has to be kicking. It's cold. Yes, it's the winter time. Yes, it's a jig. Throw all that out the window. I need something that kicks in the muddy water. These are the type of trailers that you need to be looking for right here. Not ones with twisting tails, not ones that are chunks, not ones that have no action, not ones with little to no movement. I want something that's thumping. I want something that's vibrating, making a lot of commotion in the water, and we're going to get a reaction bite. We're causing reaction bites. We want to cause a reaction bite in the muddy water. We're not looking for a feeding bite. We want to cause a reaction bite. As I said, do not be scared of shallow water. Shallow water can be your friend, especially with a swim jig, especially in cold, muddy water, especially in muddy water in general. But cold, muddy water, look for pieces of cover, look for shallow water, look for anything different, look for anything by itself, a piece of log, a log that's by itself, a piece of grass that's by itself that's sticking out of the water. Anything by itself, secluded and isolated. Also, if you know the fish are in the area, fish the pieces of cover on that area. You should always be fishing a swim jig in cold, muddy water. Also, other available options, chatterbait, spinnerbait, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the swim jig.